Many of us think that we will never get some kind of disease in our brain or some sort. In reality, we can't really stop it if it does happen to us, okay? It's just how life works. The fact of the matter is that the older we get, the harder it is to remember things. This is how it is. What's up, guys? Today I'm going to talk to you guys about three main things about cognitive disorders. And they are, what is it? What is a cognitive disorder? The types of cognitive disorders, a couple different facts with like different information about them and their treatments. Reason why I chose this topic is because I used to be a volunteer at a home for older people back in Puerto Rico. And I saw to this day, once given the chance to talk about it in class, I really took the chance of it, you know? So I'm really passionate in a way about this this topic right here. Let's get started, shall we? First, what is a cognitive disorder? In simple words, a cognitive disorder is just a disorder in your brain. Basically, it's a mental disorder that affects a person's mental functions. It affects the memory, it affects their perception, and the reasoning and problem solving. So, pretty much, simple things you do, you're going to forget about them real quickly. Two well-known cognitive disorders are dementia and Alzheimer's. We'll get to those in a few minutes. Continuing, the development of cognitive disorders. One can develop cognitive disorder for a number of different things. Head injuries, tumors, strokes, infections such as rabies, toxins in the brain, toxins in the brain I mean as lead, mercury, cocaine, and alcohol abuse, to those who know about all that good stuff. And even some genetic factors. First cognitive disorder I'm going to talk about today, which is dementia. What is dementia? Dementia is basically the loss of mental functions such as thinking, memory, and reasoning. Alzheimer's and dementia go hand in hand because Alzheimer's is the cause of dementia. Also, dementia could interfere with a person's daily functioning. One can simply forget how to breathe, how to do just something simple, you know? Also, causes of dementia, different types of causes. First cause is Huntington's disease. If you don't know what Huntington's disease, it affects the muscle coordination and leads to cognitive decline and psychiatric problems. Number two, Parkinson's disease is a disorder of the brain that leads to shaking, tremors, and difficulty with walking and coordination. Also, chronic drug use, HIV infections, and depression. To be honest, there's treatments for dementia, which are, first, vitamins for deficiency of vitamin B12. Have a surgery to remove a brain tumor or to reduce pressure in the brain. If you don't know, first of all, let me go back to the vitamin B12. B12 is a very important vitamin. It helps the DNA keep the body, nerves, and blood cells very healthy. Also, take medicine to treat depression, such as antidepressants, SSRIs, and SNRIs. They're very popular because they do not cause side effects to people. Also, stop and change medicines that can cause memory loss. Some of the medicines that can cause memory loss are anti-anxieties, stop medications that sleep medications, steroids, medicines that are prescribed to people diagnosed with cancer and high blood pressure. Also, the next cognitive disorder is Alzheimer's. Everybody knows what Alzheimer's is. People, you lose your memory, all that good stuff. Basically, it's the progressive mental deterioration occurring in the middle or old age. Basically, Alzheimer's occurs to people who are 65 years or older, such as your grandmas, your grandpas, all them good people. Little facts about Alzheimer's is about 5.4 million people have lived with Alzheimer's. It's the 6th leading cause of death in the U.S., and it's the top 10 U.S. that cannot be prevented, cured, or slowed down. Basically, you cope with it. Continuing, let's talk about the early symptoms of Alzheimer's. Some of the early symptoms are memory loss, disrupting daily life, challenges in solving problems, confusion in time and place. You can just simply forget what time it is, what day it is, You could be stuck in the 1980s and it's 2013, trouble understanding visual image. That could be a really big problem if you're driving. You won't understand the road signs. Problems with speaking or writing. Losing things easily. You can lose, your car keys, and they're right there on the table. And also, lastly, withdraw from work and social gatherings. Basically, you become antisocial. You stop calling friends. You stop going out. And stop going to work, which can lead to getting fired. And that's not very good, because then you become poor and all that stuff. Next thing I want to talk about is the treatment for Alzheimer's. To be honest, there is, like I said before, there is no treatment for Alzheimer's. Basically, you cope with it. You can't. There's no cure for it just yet. Although they say, whoever they are, say that the chemical compound in marijuana, which is called THC, blocks the formation of brain clogging. So it could cure Alzheimer's, but it's not completely sure yet. So it is still in the process. So to be honest, I'm not saying to smoke marijuana. It's just what those people are doing. Whoever they are, like I said, say that there are 3 parts of the brain that Alzheimer's can just execute, shoot. They're the intelligence and judgment behavior part, the memory, and the language could easily be targeted once a person develops Alzheimer's. Remember, it's people that are 65 years and older. Don't think about you're going to get this at 20, 25 years old, because that ain't going to happen. Alright? Another thing. When a person has Alzheimer's, it causes the brain to shrink, causing memory loss, paranoia, and trouble expressing thoughts to people. So, whenever you get to that stage, you'll know how it feels. In conclusion, I spoke about today about what it is, what cognitive disorders are, the different types of cognitive, which is Alzheimer's and dementia, and with some facts. And lastly, the different treatments for all these types of diseases. So, I do not recommend the use of illegal substances to try to cure whatever you have. I'm not advocating that. It's totally illegal still, unless you go to Colorado. Then we can, then you can do whatever you want. Well, and to the state you're living in, legalize it sometime. Another thing I want to mention is that if you ever reach the stage of Alzheimer's or dementia, well, to be honest, cope with it. If you don't get this disease, then have a blast in your life. Go wild and go free. Just like Wiz Khalifa says, wild and free. So, that is all. So, hope you enjoyed it. My works site was pretty much www.alz.org/Alzheimer's disease/dementia. Thank you very much for your time. Have a good day.